Sí, espada y escudo sí hicieron el bloqueo, para escala y violeta no.
Solo para espada y escudo hicieron el bloqueo, pero para escala y violeta no. ¿Verdad? Gracias. Es que aquí está muy frío. Aquí estamos a mí, de todo. Con un puñado de nieve que apenas para hacer granizada. Una casa que estaba caliente. Entonces, si no les contesto, es que estoy armando una silla que me regalaron.
Vamos a ver. Espérate, papá.
Se me olvidó que andaba hoy. Voy.
Dame un segundo. Dame un segundo. Este man está pidiendo estos. Voy a prepararlos para que tú se los cambies. Es Froki el tercero. Ciclizar. Está la motoneta. Sprigatito.
Sí, el código solo cambia. ¿Cuántos dígitos cambia?
Uno, creo.
Solo cambia uno. 0, 52520000. Y después cambia el último dígito nada más a 1.
Ciclizar, Sprigatito,
Entonces, 01
Froki,
y doble
Pince.
cero. En el otro es 02 y 03. Nada más cambian dos dígitos. Entonces, cuando ya repartió con el código 000, quiere decir que va con el 01. Cuando ya repartió con el código 03, quiere decir que va con el código 02. El que cambia es el último dígito nada más. Es porque tengan el dato los spanglish.
¿Qué se me hizo Deino? Aquí está Deino. Y fue Coco.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Babe. Agarra aquella Switch. Aquella que se acaba de encender. Ya tiene los Pokémones adentro. Estoy esperando a que me pasen código.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Ok, 0365 0365 3659 3659. Sí. Se llama Crowbar. Crowbar. La segunda fila de Pokémon son puros huevos. Esos 6.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
A la ranita.
Rebooting. When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice. All I can think about is Diluc. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
No.
Segundo huevito.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near.
Gosh, all I can think about is Diluc.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near.
Yes.
Bebé, ¿usted me podría hacer un favor?
Claro.
Dígale a mi marido que si me puede llamar, por favor, porque es que lo llamo y no hay manera de que me responda.
Oh, es que estaba hablando por teléfono con no sé quién.
Ah,
Mhm.
desde hace mucho.
Pues sí. Pues yo lo estuve llamando tampoco y no me contestaba. Ahí estaba hablando con un mae de trabajo, no sé qué.
Inactivity serves no
No sé,
purpose
con alguno de los
whatsoever.
compañeros.
Ya. Ah, bueno, pero por lo menos sigue vivo.
Sí, yo acabo de venir de ahí, porque él me estuvo llamando. ¿Le digo que te llame o qué?
Ahí. No, está bien, digamos que está ocupado. Paciencia. Está bien,
¿Qué
bebé.
ocupas?
Thank you. No, era porque yo voy a abrir Samantha también, entonces para ver si podía ir alistando algo, pero yo pienso que yo voy aquí por mi vuelta peligrosa, entonces ahorita llego igual.
Ok. Bueno,
Chao,
bye.
thank you.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Bueno, alguien más que me quiera llamar, que me quiera mandar un mensaje para ver si ahora sí me puedo sentar a jugar tranquilo o cómo es que es. Diablo.
Ay, perdón, Rocky. Perdón,
¿Jay?
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at
¿En qué
dawn
estás?
or a bubble
¿En qué
rising
estás?
through water. Transitory.
No, estoy en una cosa, estoy en otra.
Error. Strange wanderer.
All I can think about is Diluc.
Mm.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
¿Mm? ¿Crees que? Sí. Pero es que ese es la Switch que tengo aquí en repartiendo.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
¿Esto que le va a dar el último que hago?
Pues cierra.
Si es número de BBB y hacer
Ujú.
un game de partida.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Este sí es ramito.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Error.
Pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Probar. Felicidades por sus Pokémon. Thank you for mucho.
All the world
Sí,
holds
conéctala de nuevo.
dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Strange wanderer near Wolfen.
Si
I
quieres
stand
repartir porque
before it,
dentro de un rato, después de
alone
armar la
and
silla, pues
unchanging.
te la activo. Ya se apagó, ¿ah? Ahora sí, yo creo que ahora sí. Sí, ahora sí. Por fin ya puedo jugar.
All I can think
El
about
domingo
is
estarían regalando algo. El domingo, si Dios quiere, si pasan por el chat y estoy agarro unos gringos y le regalo algunos que estén en el chat.
Vamos a ver, vamos a apagar el celular, vamos a ponerlo en mudo. Y ahora sí. A jugar tranquilo.
Casi siempre reviso los chats, pero a veces hay mucha gente haciendo spam o hablando cosas
Ok,
que no
ocupamos la llave.
entonces cuando me voy a trabajar lo pongo todos los suscriptores para evitar el spam, pero ya
F, nada que hacer.
Ya estábamos hasta 18 pies de altura. Ahí iba a grabar a todos y me no he hecho nada, pero no se cayó. No, mentira. Y luego se electricista. Don't worry, dejen. Ayer estuvimos trabajando afuera a -13 grados.
Menos 18 está.
Ayer estábamos trabajando afuera a 13 grados. A menos 13 grados. I don't know. Speak English, playback. Sorry. I'm too strict gamer and speak English.
Que ocupo más bien que él vea para el otro lado.
Sorry, voy a atender, pero ya se me fríe. Creo que mi nariz es muy pequeña.
Está bloqueado. Y este también.
Espera, ya tengo que estar pensando cómo que me electrificar. Imagínate. Digamos, nosotros trabajamos de 6 de la mañana.
F.
Por ahí.
Que lo que quiero es que desactive esto. F, pero el desactivarlo nada me sirve. ¿Qué la puta? Ok.
No queda otra. No, sé que la lotería pasó.
ready
Videos
for
todo el
a
día. Cuando pega la lotería vengo con Mr. Beast a hacer videos y regalar dinero todo el día.
Think you can get away?
Solidify!
Hey!
Stabilize!
Dale chance, a mí también me dio error. ¿En criptomoneda qué cuenta la que tienes? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Con V eso?
Boya con doble E.
Diablo, me morí solo. Qué tonto. Oye. Ropa, abre. Diablo, lo perdí todo. ¿Así venía?
Sí, aquí está el chip,
¿Qué chip? Oh, el ping.
el de Blue Blue.
¿Eso es rato?
Sí.
Diablo, falta lo de Twitch.
El...
Sí.
Bueno, me perdía, ya voy llegando más.
Para... ¿Cómo funcionaba Voyager? ¿No hemos abrido una cuenta?
¿Ah?
¿No hemos abrido una cuenta?
Sí.
Ok, ahora me ayudas a abrir una. Para utilizarla aquí.
Él tiene.
Ujú.
¿Usa la mía?
¿Mm?
¿Usa la mía?
¿Cuánto tiene?
¿Qué?
¿Cuántos?
No, no tengo punto.
Ok.
Tengo los pasos míos de los pasos.
Sound of the ocean waves.
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Me mandaron unos dulces japoneses. Voy a estar haciendo un dulce aquí en la tarde.
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Sound of the ocean waves.
Dice que viene desde Vivo. Y agua, no sé qué tanto. Dice que ese paquete viene desde...
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Come on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
What in the world do those symbols really mean? What in the world do those symbols really mean?
¿Mm? Dale chance. Él así fue con la mía. Él dura un rato y después vuelve.
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Sound of the ocean waves.
Sure, I'll play you another tune.
Puta, me la tragué en seco. En serio. Puta, otra vez. ¿Ya terminaste el evento? El de Ligia.
Yo te hice las 3 primeras.
Ya vi. ¿Viste que se arregló? Ya estoy en el último. Pero solo me hiciste una, yo y el resto las había hecho.
¿Hice una de cada una?
Sí, yo he hecho las primeras 3.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Shine down!
I see everything.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
There is no escape!
Here we go. Think you can get away?
Inazuma shines eternal!
Let's play. Everyone hold hands. Hey. Time for takeoff.
Illusion shattered!
I see everything.
Stabilize.
Everyone hold hands.
For trouble?
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
I will have order. Solidify.
Torn to oblivion!
No, no, si quieres dile que entre un rato. Después de quedarme en la silla, si quieres estoy en esa Switch un rato, la que estoy repartiendo Profit.
Stabilize.
There is no escape. Let's play.
Shine down!
Time for takeoff.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Think you can get away?
Order guide you.
There is no escape!
Everyone hold hands. Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
¿A quién invitamos? Ya en Fey la tengo C6. Yo creo que a todos los tengo C6 excepto Yao. Xianglin, Beidou, Xinkyu, Ningguang, Chongyun, Ninjan, Yunjin, Yanfei. Ningguang C6, Chongyun C6, Xinkyu C6, Xianglin C6, Yunjin C6, Beidou C6. Yanfei 6-6. No hay nada que hacer. Yao, para la casa.
Let's play! Wouldn't gliding be faster? Huh? I'm so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Uy, ahí hay un cofrecito.
Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more... Got it! Paimon has a group...
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue! You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock! Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there! Quick, swim! Brace yourselves. Hey! Yeah! Find anything you like? Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
How do you feel right now? Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it. Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
Que Paimon le dijo la otra vez que se
But if
hiciera
the
la ahogada.
Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
Oh, Genshin.
Sí. Bueno,
It wasn't me.
es por la oscuridad.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Por eso no tiene esos lentes. Se empañaron apenas me los puse.
Empezamos frío y tú estás muy caliente.
No veo.
Pero sí los dos muy rojos.
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
As ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift from Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continue to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the mystery
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountain?
Music?
It's, kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound. Or even a terrifying one.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Ya tengo energía al 90. Solo que no le tengo un solo artefacto todavía. Solo que no le tengo ni un solo artefacto todavía. No le gusta verla en japonés como cuando yo la veo.
But where are those who...
Gather!
Here we go.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music. The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh, I wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine, it's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
Oh. And a melody is?
Hey! Don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand. Without payment. Hey! Why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
The Last of Us.
¿Es buena?
Sí, es de un juego.
Oh, was that?
Es la nueva que descargué.
As I watched when you hummed that.
Wow, music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like, what about you?
I know some local folk. The songs of the sailors down at the dock. Yes, in the past, whenever I heard the sound of those two, Nenny and Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could, at least that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I the way those melodies, even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Kuching and Shenna are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am, technically.
Thank you.
Once the days are... I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure...
You are...
Nonsense. I have cultivated... I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest. Then... Do people say that?
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus... Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
No funciona como moderador, pero no sé qué se dice. Thank you for...
Agarra la suya de nuevo. Sí. Ya apareció otro.
Estamos Andrés, te ponemos aquí.
Andrew. Ya, los que no saben ni hablar.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
¿Qué hiciste?
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple. Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot. She always sought to make... It also helped that she never referred to... Anyway, who would dare... Back then, One was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Precisely. Even one, each of those old, we would drink Streetwood Ram.
Streetwood Ram?
That would be Ping.
Oh, or...
Alas, long as one should have guessed. No matter.
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetwood Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetwood Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's... everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait! That's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetwood Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetwood Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetwood Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No, each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Gui Zhang composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Gui Zhang's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Gui Zhang passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?
No, solo de un tipo.
Poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Gui Zhang a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Gui Zhang was quite the visionary. But tragically passed before her time. The manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh, How
¿Cuánto va a ser?
so?
Va a ser menos, mira.
Oh,
I've been
porque
in Leo
pierdes al
Harbor
vender.
for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way.
Por ejemplo, si yo
So
te
I,
transfiero
too, am well
100,
acquainted
puedes
with the
comprar
pain of the
100.
passing of a loved one.
Sí,
Y es momentáneo la compra.
es
But this
momentánea la
doesn't
compra.
bring the city
Porque aquí
or
nada
its
más le
people
doy que
to
me
a
pase el
standstill.
pan. Mira,
They
aquí.
have to keep moving forward.
Sí.
Someone as perceptive and
Dale,
wise as Ping
compra
will
100 de cualquiera de
surely
estos.
have come to
Y ya te los
understand
pago.
and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's lantern rite.
Ahí te pasé 100.
When we get back,
Que sea
why don't we
Solana
just
o
ask her
una
if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
La otra sería intentar
Why don't you
crear
come
una
with
cuenta en
us?
Binance.
It's been a long time since
Pero
you
sí me va a
last spoke
costar
with
más,
Ping.
porque voy a tener que
And
comprar
Leo Harbor is
un
always
iPay Pro.
decorated so
Aquí,
beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard?
Sí.
Y esto es para
Were there
comprar.
ever anything new to discuss? One in pink could meet any day of the year.
I
Si le das,
disagree.
por ejemplo,
Each
una
new
Solana.
day and each new year is different from those that have come
Email
before.
address for product delivery.
How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Este es el correo. ¿Sí te acuerdas qué correo lo tiene?
No le puedo meter eso.
¿Qué cosa?
Eso sería como darle nuestra cuenta.
Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city
Email
to
address.
amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
¿Cómo va a entrar una persona a su cuenta si no
All
tiene
right.
sus contraseñas?
We should be getting back to the
cabrón?
harbor as well. We don't
Es
want
que
to
yo no
keep
sé
her
a veces
waiting.
dónde piensa. Una cosa es una puta evidencia, pero para
Once the
otra
Guayli
se
assembly,
cierra, pero...
now the Guayli plains.
Te voy a traer la
Say,
pizarra para que agarre la cuenta.
if we planted flowers there
Sí, pero de
and
aquí a que
cared
yo
for them
creé la
carefully
cuenta y
enough,
todo eso, ya te pasé hasta
do
los
you
putos
think that
10 pesos.
one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given
No,
to
este es por
flights of
product
fancy,
delivery.
child.
What?
No, este es mi correo.
Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to
No, este es mi
chasten
correo.
and hasten
Product
you.
delivery. Este es el...
This time, one is
Ilustre
departing in
Gamer.
earnest.
Oh, ¿ves? Así es. ¿Qué cosa? Esta es la que sabe eso. ¿Y esto cómo es? Usted escanea aquí, ¿cómo se hace el pago?
Dice 851.
Ujú.
Come on, traveler.
No,
Let's
es
go.
su cuenta
The
bancaria.
world is full of lost ballads
Su
just
cuenta
waiting to
bancaria.
be rediscovered.
Sí, es su cuenta bancaria, no tarjeta de débito. Su cuenta bancaria no ha cambiado.
Digo aquí, account. Digo aquí.
Pero mi pregunta es, ¿cómo hace usted calcular el copy paste la página de Facebook wallet? Oh, esto es la dirección del MAE. Con esto que usted le transfiere dinero a alguien.
Nunca transferido a nadie. Y uno le da aquí. Send, crypto. Como que ahorita está caído el sistema, ¿no? Depósito por Nova Living.
Depósitos.
Se apagó Santarino, la plata que me pasaste. Aquí.
Eso es para comprar, ¿no?
No. Depósito. Depósito es de mi cuenta a Voyager. O si quiero saber de Voyager a la cuenta bancaria.
También está caído.
También está caído. No sé cuál.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Esto es lo que vale Solana, $24. Porque me está diciendo que es $4 y un poco. O esta es la edición. No, da igual, vamos. ¿Quieres bajarlo para atrás? A ver qué hago aquí yo.
Diciembre de 2021 anunciamos la selección de Dinan.es como la mejor y más alta oferta para los activos de Voyager. ¿Se unió con Binance? Entonces, ¿qué fue Binance?
Ahí está el otro celular.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Hoy se suspendieron las transacciones tanto de compra como de venta. Dice, voy a retomar la decisión necesaria diciendo suspender temporalmente las transacciones. Además, Voyager está avanzando en un proceso de restauración financiera integral de destino y maximizar el valor para todas las partes enteras.
3.4 era 5595. ¿Cuál es mi?
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered. Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Te creamos una cuenta en Binance, huevos. No puedo. No puedo.
No están aceptando ni solicitudes.
¿En qué?
Porque adquirieron las acciones de Binance.
¿O Binance? Si quieres, pásame entonces los 100 para ver si hago cuenta en Binance. Ahorita voy a conectar la otra compu para abrir cuenta en Binance.
Whoa! It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather,
He
presumably,
calmado un
you
poquito a
would
la
prefer
gente.
to be addressed
Ya
as
no veo tantos
Ping?
conectados. No es por la hora.
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are
one, given that
Huh? So, this all... Cloud Retainer informed...
Ah, let me think. What a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the...
Who's...
We like to call her Guizhong. After all, Lantern Right's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So, how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions of them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Gui Zhang and Wan both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
27 de febrero. No, 27 de enero.
As Gui Zhang once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us, it was Gui Zhang who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh yeah, music!
Y yo ese dinero lo paso a esto, que es para comprar los beats.
What was the melody that you played back then?
Los beats.
Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Si Voyager cierran antes del 6 de febrero,
As
pierdes
much
el
as I
dinero.
don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy lantern rite, everyone.
Yo no transfiero este mae para que me lo meta aquí.
Pero ¿cómo lo transferimos? Si no me deja.
¿No te deja qué?
¿Transferirla?
Pero ahí tiene, tú dices que te deja. Esta es la. Esta, bueno.
Ya te saliste.
No, estás aquí, ¿no?
Sí, pero hay aquí donde dice transfer que si ponen aquí dice receive consent que
Oh, dice Jagger.
¿ves? No me hacen nada. Tengo que decirle a la gente a ver qué.
Yo creo que aquí es.
Espérate.
Ay.
¿Qué estás tratando de hacer?
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some work to do at UID Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yenfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Come on, Traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
No seas hijo de puta. Eso es.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
¿Me haces un favor? ¿Papá? No, mejor no. Yo lo hago mejor. ¡Es mejor!
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Yo acabo de crear una cuenta aquí en Binance. Ya la creé.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Please be mindful.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. 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 This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a
Sure,
peaceful
I'll play you
neighborhood.
another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Sí, pero ahora como, por ejemplo, agarré $50 y lo compré en Solana. Pero como envío, no tengo una puta idea. Por ejemplo, agarré esta madre, este mae, creo que aquí es para Withdrawal Address. ¿Y ahí qué te dijeron?
Si querías transferir la moneda solar, yo me había fijado que mis correos estaban llenos, no me recibía mensajes.
Entonces,
Sí,
que te manden.
que manden la plata. Perdí la devolvieron.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Acabo de comprar $50 y ya tengo 48,90. Pues sí. Eso estoy. Aquí me voy a poner aquí.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Send money to loved ones abroad.
No esperan por este.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Hay varios cambios en este video. Primero, lo que era la billetera P2P ya va a cambiar de nombre, o ya cambió de nombre. La parte donde vos ingreses, vos acá vas a billetera, y acá sigue siendo billetera P2P. Pero si vos cliqueás acá, te va a llevar a un balance que te va a tirar un campo. Te va a llamar billetera banco, billetera. No se entiende cuál es.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
ID transferís a otra persona. Entonces, eso es lo bueno, que puedes transferir a cualquier parte del mundo.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Entonces, ¿qué más nos dice esto? Nos dice que podés incluso lugares, tiendas, negocios que hacen Binance, y incluso, por ejemplo, podés contratar un viaje usando cripto, lo que sea, más si hay la tarjeta Binance que en Latinoamérica no llega, y Binance Space dice acá es una forma fácil, segura y rápida de enviar criptomonedas.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Haces de esta manera. Vas ahí donde dice Pay. Acá vos te piden que pongas un correo electrónico, un teléfono o un PayID. Con esos datos vos ya podés pasar al siguiente paso, definir la cantidad y ya mandarle a la otra persona. Esto te va a aparecer a partir de la segunda vez que pasada. Esto le va a aparecer la segunda vez y ya te queda ahí en Pay. La primera vez se pone en
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Así que acuérdense de esos pasos y a ver, cuando vos querés enviar dinero, acuérdense con ese correo electrónico de teléfono y ya vas a avanzar. Por ejemplo,
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
acá me va a decir poner la moneda. ¿Qué moneda le querés mandar? ¿Qué cripto? Puede ser moneda estable o cualquier otra. Vamos a elegir USD.
¿De qué?
A modo de ejemplo, que
Dejan pasar de Binance a Binance.
lo más usado, por así decirlo, le quiero mandar $20, por ejemplo. Y acá le pongo una nota.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Vas a continuar. Cuando vas a continuar, vas a llegar a un paso final a va a quedar el punto 3, es decir, los fondos disponibles que tenés en la billetera Wallet y pones confirmar, ya le vas a mandar directamente la plata al otro usuario, pones clic en el QR.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Para básicamente verificar o acordarte que de manera ok, la plata se va obviamente tiene que tener plata en la que antes era la P2P, si no, no van a poder hacer transacciones. Por eso, que antes tiene que transferir entre la y la billetera. Mandan confirmar y listo, ya.
Tenemos un...
Bueno.
Bueno, si ustedes quieren recibir, van acá a billetera, una vez que están acá adentro, le va a aparecer esto. Sus datos con su ID, con su nombre de usuario, que es el nickname, y un código QR. Esto quiere decir que a la otra persona que vos le querés solicitar un pago, o sea, la otra persona te va a mandar plata a vos, le puede escanear el QR.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Pero ese Solana.
Por donde vos quieras, y te va a hacer el pago directamente a vos. Entonces son los datos, una especie de datos de cuenta bancaria, en el caso de datos de Binance, para poder recibir la moneda que vos quieras. Puedes decidir definir una determinada moneda para que te paguen una moneda específica o lo que sea. También se puede hacer esa misma forma de la billetera Wallet principal o de la billetera
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
¿Cómo es para transferir?
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? El
¿De
día de hoy les
dinámica
voy a
USB?
explicar
Ok.
súper rápidamente cómo transferir de Binance a otro Binance. Bueno, primero que todo lo que vamos a hacer es ir a esta parte de arriba.
Ujú.
Vamos a desactivar el modo Line
Ok.
y la pasamos a Pro. Listo. Ahora, esta en Pro, lo que vas a hacer es ir a billetera.
Ujú.
Está en la parte de acá. Ok, estando en billetera, lo que vas a hacer es donde dice fondos, porque por lo general te aparece siempre en visión general, sino en el spot, y vamos a ir a fondos. Bueno, una vez que estemos en fondos, lo que vamos es entrar a Pay.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree,
Una vez que
looking out
estamos
over a
abrir
meadow, cider in
Binance
hand.
Pay, listo, aquí vamos a crear un apodo.
¿Salió uno de eso?
Espérate para meterme el celular a ver.
Ok, estando en billetera, lo que vas a hacer es
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ujú.
a esta parte de arriba. Vamos a desactivar el modo Line
Porque él está en Light, Binance.
y la pasamos a Pro. Listo. Ahora, esta en Pro, lo que vas a hacer es ir a billetera. Está en la parte de acá.
This is a peaceful
Ok,
neighborhood.
estando en billetera, lo que vas a hacer es le dice fondos.
Sure, I'll play you another tune,
Porque
but
por lo
it'll cost
general
you an
te
apple.
aparece siempre en visión general, sino en el spot, y vamos a ir a fondos. Bueno,
Mira,
una vez
acá.
que estemos en
Está en
fondos,
fondo.
lo que vamos es entrar a Pay. Una vez que estamos a abrir Binance Pay, listo, aquí vamos a crear un apodo. Lo que van a hacer es ir a billetera. Está en la parte de acá. Ok, estando en billetera, lo que vas a hacer es
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
le dice fondos, porque por lo general te aparece siempre en visión general, sino en el spot, y vamos a ir a fondos.
Right now, I wish I was sitting
Una
at
vez
the
que
top of a
estemos en
tree,
fondos,
looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
a Pay. Una vez que estamos a abrir Binance Pay, listo, aquí vamos a crear un apodo. Ahí. Bueno, estamos y entramos. Aquí vas a crear un pin, o sea, esto Después de que envías el PIN, vas a enviar un código de verificación que te envía primero que todo a tu celular.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Listo, vamos a atrás.
No, estás bastante recuerdo.
Listo, ahí está creada la cuenta de Spy.
¿Tienes cuántos años? ¿Cómo?
Esa es otra. ¿Otra pues?
Creo que sí.
No es que hablamos en Diarias. Aquí lo que tenemos que hacer es colocar el correo electrónico con el que creó la otra cuenta de la otra persona o el número de teléfono, en este caso el número de teléfono.
Este lo hizo diferente.
¿Quieres ordenarte a comer?
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Tenemos actualizaciones en lo que refiere a Binance, un video que seguro te va a servir. Es Binance Pay, es un nuevo producto que lanzó Binance, que existía en otros países, pero que también ya existe en Argentina o en Latinoamérica. Hay varios cambios, algunos positivos, otros negativos. Vamos a ver todo esto por dentro. Primero, la billetera ya va a cambiar de nombre, ya cambió de nombre. La parte donde vos ingreses, vas a billetera, acá sigue siendo billetera P2P, pero si vos ingresas acá, te va a llevar a un balance que te va a tirar un cartel que te va a decir que esto cambia de nombre. Fíjense, ahora se llama billetera Founding. Incluso acá es una billetera fondos o Founding, la billetera de fondos, billetera P2P, llegado justamente. La P2P no se utilizará, no va a existir más. Todas las transacciones P2P.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
Transferencias, el famoso P2P de Binance, lo explicamos en detalle en un video anterior. Bueno, cuando hagas la transacción, tanto, por ejemplo, vos compras en P2P, las criptos van a aparecer en esta billetera. No, nunca más en la billetera P2P que técnicamente desaparece o desapareció. Se va a llamar billetera Founding o billetera Fondo. Una vez que tenés la plata acá, la puedes poner entendido.
Pero es con Binance normal.
A tu otra billetera, que es la Spot, o la billetera, como se llaman acá, principal.
¿Cuál es esa?
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Binance no permite el Binance normal. El Binance normal no permite retirar Binance web.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand.
is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Hola, brother. Aquí, mano.
Come on, traveler, let's go.
Sí, hice mi control del play, guapa.
Ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
No sé, allá en la cocina. Ah, aquí lo tengo. Ya estoy loco.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Me llegó el control nuevo.